Okay, stop whatever you're doing, because the internet is shaking right now. And no, this isn't a drill. Travis Scott's ex-bodyguard just dropped something so sinister, so bone-chilling. It's being called The Offer, and it's allegedly got Diddy's voice on it. Yeah, that Diddy. It starts off with just a sound, not a voice, a freaking elevator chime, then silence, and then boom, a line that could ruin lives. He said no, so now we find the next one. Click. That one audio file, just 6 seconds long, sent the entire internet into detective mode. And guess what they found? A folder that had mysteriously vanished from a secure archive in Atlanta way back in 2023. The name of that folder? The Offer. And no, this wasn't some boring legal document. It was something way more sinister. A terrifying step-by-step breakdown of how global music artists are recruited, tracked, and controlled. And rejecting the offer? Yeah, that could get you flagged. Now here's where it gets even juicier. The man who almost took that deal? According to federal whistleblowers, this entire thing went down in Monaco. Behind closed doors in a hotel suite, the offer was delivered in a matte black envelope. No name, no return address, just a wax seal, a triangle inside a circle, enclosing a small data drive, a burner phone, and one note. It read, "If you accept, say nothing. If you decline, say goodbye." What did Travis do? He didn't say anything. He just left the country, fast. His next public appearance, super low-key, triple security, listed only as Dagger 2 in a federal audit, former military. Just 5 months on Travis's security team, and oh, he spilled everything in a leaked deposition. He said, "I didn't know what we were guarding until Monaco. That's when I realized the client wasn't the target. The client was the message." He was handed a duffel bag with 2 things, a locked case and a disposable earpiece. Told not to open it. But 4 hours later, during a security sweep, he finds the case open on the nightstand. Inside, a black folder. The Offer. He didn't even finish reading it. Page 1, terms. Page 2, a profile summary of Travis. Page 3, a transcript of a voice file labeled Cole's Initiation Challenge, Level 0. He played it just once. That's all it took. You don't need protection. You need purpose. What I'm offering isn't money. It's memory. If not you, then someone who looks enough like you to carry the torch. Click. The file deleted itself, but guess what? He cloned it. One quick USB move before it self-wiped. He didn't tell Travis. He didn't tell anyone. Until 2 months later, when a safe house in Paris burned down. That folder was thought to be lost forever. Until May 2025, because that's when it reappeared in a whistleblower dump. It had the audio file, a scanned index of the folder contents, and a list of artists labeled as alternates, ready to replace Travis if he declined. Guess who was on that list? Playboy, Cardi B, Ty Dolla $ign, and a rising UK rapper, Hina Rising, who was found dead in January 2024. The file next to Cardi's name, 73% less stable. Use only if narrative permits tragedy. Now buckle up, because it gets even darker. The hotel where this whole thing went down was supposed to wipe footage every 72 hours, but one tech, he mirrored the feed to a private server. Just in case something went wrong, he said, and oh, it did. At 1:14 a.m., a woman exits Travis's suite. No shoes, black hoodie, hair tied up. She stops, looks right into the hallway camera, and mouths something. Don't trust the room. Then she's gone, never checks out, never seen on lobby cams. And here's the kicker. She wasn't a guest. The technician recognized her. Not from the news, not from a concert, but from a Diddy fashion promo reel from 2022. She was labeled Prototype M. When the hotel got a request to delete the footage, specifically just that floor, the technician made a copy. He uploaded it to a secure Dropbox, and when federal agents raided Pulse Europe in 2025, boom, there it was, a second video file, labeled Offer Response. The voice? It's not about him. He's just the vessel. What we need is her. If she talks, shut it down. The girl in the hoodie wasn't random. She was part of the job. Her job, accompany the offer. Stay inside. Assess Travis's reaction. Relay findings back to Comley's control line. But something went wrong. When Travis returned to the suite, she was gone. The phone was still connected. The call had lasted 41 minutes, but the last 3, just her breathing. Panicked. Then silence. Later that morning, the mirror in the room had a long scratch across it, carved into the dresser. You were never the target. The torch can be passed, even if it burns. She wasn't a warning, she was the trigger. That folder wasn't for Travis, it was for her, to make sure he didn't read it. Security logs tracked one last ping on her burner phone. Not in Monaco. Not even in France. 3 days later, in Zurich, she was seen on CCTV at a train station. Same hoodie, blank expression, holding something, a folder, black wax seal, triangle in a circle. She wasn't supposed to leave with it, but she did. And for 41 minutes, Diddy was still listening. Now, this next part, it's straight out of a sci-fi horror film, except it happened in real life. Because what that folder really wasn't a record deal or a brand contract. It was a blueprint. A blueprint for a compound built like a music studio. Studio A, B, rehearsal rooms, storage. But guess what? There were no windows, no elevators, only one tunnel leading to a sealed chamber labeled Echo. And that same word, Echo, it pops up everywhere in the leaks. On the inside of a soundproof vault door, on a burned USB stick in Atlanta, in Pulse's talent training contracts, and in a document chillingly titled, "If he declines, begin Echo phase." And he was Travis. Duh. Now this is where things go left. Travis had been offered a mixing session for a secret project back in 2023. Nothing new for a guy like him. He thought it was just another gig. Wrong. It was a trap. The vocals, they sounded like him, like too much like him. Almost perfect until you pushed them. The file names, Travolt 1. Travolt. And the suffix, it meant Travis alternate. You heard that right. This wasn't just about voice. This was emotional mimicry. They brought in lookalikes, dancers, small-time artists, and made them study Travis. Every smirk, every mumble, every stage lean. The goal wasn't to copy his music. It was to fake his downfall. If Travis said no to the offer, they planned to publicly replace him. Let the fake Travis fall apart in the public eye. Then bring back the real Travis, humbled and broken. One subject, known only as Echo 4. He passed every test. He walked like Travis, talked like him, but when it came time to perform in front of a two-way mirror, he froze, collapsed. The last thing he whispered, "I'm not me anymore. I can't remember my name." Rejected, fragmented, erased. An engineer at the facility quit after discovering a music file labeled Utopia Pure Final. But Travis had never recorded that track. The voice, it was Echo 4. They were already recording Travis music before he even said no. And the final page in that leaked facility log, target yielded weak resistance, prepare legacy collapse. If re-entry fails, advance to Cartepew parallel. Let that sink in. Cardi was Playboy Cardi. Pew, a lesser-known artist nicknamed Pug. They were already prepping replacements. And then came the wedding list. You think this couldn't get more messed up? Just wait. Travis's assistant, name changed to Jessica for her protection, received an RSVP email. Subject line, private event, RSVP only. Guest of honor, Travis Scott. Bride, no name, because there was no wedding. It was a setup. Jessica noticed the email looked eerily familiar, identical to a campaign she saw 2 years earlier. The influencer behind that campaign disappeared, so she didn't RSVP. Instead, she opened the PDF's metadata. Boom! 5 hidden forwards, alternate recipient list, and one tag that sent shivers down her spine. Confirm vessel readiness. If he attends, advance recording. She freaked, came to her boss. He told her, leave it alone. But she didn't. She printed everything, hid it in a manila folder under her desk drawer. 2 days later, she disappeared. Her car, still in the parking lot. Her phone, left behind. The envelope? Gone. That same night, a studio in Burbank found something horrific. A booth with bleach, a wall scribbled in Sharpie, returned to offer. The session logs showed someone booked the studio with credentials from Travis's own management team. But no one recorded anything. Just 11 minutes of silence. When the FBI enhanced the audio, there it was, breathing, shaky, frantic, then a whisper. Tell him don't go. The wedding isn't a wedding. They weren't trying to sign Travis. They were trying to trade him. Let that sink in. The guest list, over 200 names, only 30 were marked expected. The rest, targets. Observables, VIP seats. That list included 2 ex-Pulse scouts, an ex-girlfriend of a major rap label head, a wellness coach, tied to Ariana Grande's 2020 Reset event. And in the VIP column, this line. If she intervenes, silence her gently. If not, she'll serve as proof of offer. No one's seen Jessica since. Her apartment was cleared out. Her badge never swiped again. But before her email was shut down, she sent herself one screenshot, the RSVP screen. But instead of accepted or declined, it said marked as compliant. Prepare room 7. You think that's the end? Not even close. The mic that recorded all of this, it wasn't installed by Travis's team. It wasn't in the blueprints. It didn't show up in any security sweep, but it was there, tiny, hidden in a sound diffuser, activated by motion. And by the time Travis walked into that studio session, it was already recording. And the first voice? Not Travis. Keep it chill. Let him hear it from the inside. If he says no again, shift the offer. Add legacy. Don't say control. Say creative curation. Don't say contracts. Say alignment. He'll understand. When we say we launched the mask, click. End of log. They weren't hoping Travis would say yes. They were pretending he already had. Pulse Creative had a test shoot labeled UTP Mascard 2, short for Utopia Masquerade. A masked figure dressed as Travis, lip-syncing pre-recorded vocals, just in case he refused. The caption, if refusal, release under surrogate protocol. And the final nail, inside the briefing mic's hard drive was one more file. No name, just a timestamp. Voice, Diddy. Give him 30 more days. If he still wavers, give it to the kid. He already copied Travis anyway. He won't notice the leash. And then another file, 3 seconds. A distorted laugh and a phrase, they're born to replace. They were prepping clones, AI, mimics, fakes, controlled surrogates. Travis started canceling sessions, avoiding meetings. He vanished from the regular studio and moved to a secret location. But when his team went to retrieve his stuff, they found a mask molded to his face. Inside it, for public use only, that final track on Utopia, the one Travis barely recorded, he told his team, burn it if it ain't real. They archived it, but 6 months later, it leaked. Same beat, same flow, same lyrics, but the voice, not Travis. Analyzed. Pitch curve, 97.8%. Breath pattern, 94.1%. Tonal grit, only 82%. It was a fake. Even worse, they flipped the lyrics. Original, told him I don't need the crown. I built the throne from silence. Leaked version, told him I'd return the crown, long as the silence is mine. They changed the message from defiance to compliance. And hidden in the leaked version, an audio watermark, Vault Echo Node Asset 5 CC, same one from the Mimic program. They didn't just copy Travis, they pre-built an AI version of him in case he said no. And when he finally took the stage in Houston, mid-show, no effects, no hype, just him and the mic, he paused, took out his earpiece, faced the crowd. You ever feel like someone's talking in your voice, but you ain't saying the words? Silence. He nodded. Yeah, that's when you leave the room. They offered him control. He chose clarity. But the system? It doesn't care who says the words as long as somebody does.